It's been forever. When's the last time we've seen each other? I don't even know. Is this thing on? Wow, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Oh my God, hi, I am back with another video. Your girl is back in action, you guys. I have not, oh, this is 2023 is going to be really interesting. I can tell you that right now. It's been forever. When's the last time we've seen each other? I don't even know. I haven't filmed in over a year. That's something we're gonna get into in this video, but it's 2023 now, and I wanted to film a quick updates video for you guys. As you can see, if you with the Shan Squad and you've been an OG subscriber from the beginning days, you see that I am in a new background. She's cute, isn't she? She's cute, you know. I got some, you know, I gotta get some art. However, yes, I just wanted to film a life updates video for you guys. I have not filmed on YouTube in over a year, like I said, and I have told myself this year that I really want to get back into it and I want to be consistent. I realized that filming content makes me happy. I miss it, and it's something that I just want to get back into. And yeah, I hope you guys buckle your seatbelts, sit tight, you know, hold on for the ride, hands inside, and I'm gonna get into some things. I had a couple of questions on Instagram. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, please follow me. I'm going to put my Instagram name somewhere here. And yeah, same handle for Twitter as well. If you guys are on Twitter, definitely follow me on Twitter. It gets lit on Twitter, okay? If you know, you know. But yeah, so I opened up a Q&A on my Instagram. A couple of people sent me some questions, so I just kind of wanted to chat. I'm not going to make this video be too long because I have a couple of things to do today. Today is Sunday, January 15th. And me and my homegirl are about to go to the Fine Arts Museum where we live, and I'm gonna film some content there too for you guys, probably like a quick little reel. But I didn't want to make this video too long because like I'll be back vlogging. I'm gonna probably make some like tutorials. This is new hair, you see her, she's cute. I'm ginger now, ow. This is Nadula hair. I do not have a partnership with them. This video is not sponsored by no means. But yes, I'm gonna be looking for new content to film in the new year. If you guys have any suggestions on things that you want to see, if you guys aren't familiar with my content, I'm gonna link some of my recent videos below before I took my hiatus. And you know, make sure you guys check that out and just kind of see what content I have going. If you guys have any suggestions, like I said, DM me on Instagram, comment under this video below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get my subscribers up. We're almost close to 200. I haven't been consistent like I wanted to be when I first opened my channel in 2017, but we're gonna change that. Like I said, I'm on the road to 1K subscribers, so if you guys can like, comment, share, I think she's a goal that I can accomplish this year, along with another many goals that I have set for myself this year. So yeah, let's get into the life updates. Wow. So as you guys can tell, I do have a new background. Like I said, 2021, I think the last video I filmed was, it might have been January of 2021. So it's been a year, 2 years to the date. And yeah, it was a vlog, and since then I have done a lot of things. Since then I have relocated to a new state. I live in Virginia now, so I moved back to the DMV. A lot of you guys used to follow me when I was attending Howard University, when I was getting my Master's of Fine Arts in Film. Since then, I have relocated back to the DMV, and now I'm in Virginia, which is about a few hours away from DC, but it's not that bad of a commute. I enjoy living on the East Coast. Like, I will always and forever be a Chicago girl. That's just what it is. Period. But now, you know, with my career and everything, I have the opportunity to be bi-coastal. So your girl might be in New York, I might be in Chicago, I might be in Virginia, you never really know. And I think that's a great thing with, you know, having pursued my career. I am in marketing now. So I am a content producer at a creative and marketing agency out here. And you know, that has been interesting. It was very interesting to transition to marketing from film, you know, because I'm still a producer, but it's a different type of method of production, if that makes sense. So onboarding was kind of like intense. I spent my last year trying to just get my footing at my company and just kind of like feeling my way through. You know, I had a lot of growth in the past year, not just career-wise, but also personal things that, you know, were going on in my life, where I just kind of, I realized this the other day, and this is kind of like attached to the reason why I hadn't been filming since 2021. I was in a lot of transition. So when the pandemic happened, I moved back to Chicago. I had to finish my master's degree virtually, which was, you know, that was really tough for me because it was just like, I was in a mental space where I really didn't know what was going to happen with my life. And, you know, moving back home was kind of tough for me just because, like, there were some things personally that I needed to revisit. You know, growing up, there are things and said traumas and you know, kind of like growing pains that you have to revisit sometimes when you go back home or you visit family. And I hadn't really been home. I mean, I had been into Chicago on and off throughout my college career, but it was the first time that I had officially moved back. So that took a lot of transition with getting adjusted with just being back in Chicago, how I felt about uprooting my entire life that I was like making for myself in DC to move back to Chicago. And so I, you know, still was into content, but like after January 2021, I took some time to kind of, I don't know, life just got really, really busy. So boom. So I finished grad school in May 2021. I have a lot of content that I just never really edited or uploaded. Shame on me. It was a combination of just like, I was just really busy, but I also wasn't really motivated to edit or just thinking about editing all of the content that I had at one time. In the time frame that I had filmed it, it was just kind of like, I felt like the content was, by the time I would get it out, I felt like the content would be still. So I was just like, maybe I'll just hold on to it. I don't know if I'm gonna edit it, but I had been filming, I just never edited it or posted it on my YouTube channel for people to see. But I went back to DC in May, graduated, moved out of my storage unit, moved the remaining things to Chicago. From May to June, I was gearing up for an internship with CBS, and also my new job that I mentioned earlier. And when I found out that I got my job, in my offer, I had to relocate. So I was preparing to move from about June 2021 through September 2021. I moved to Virginia in 2021 of September, and I've been here for a year. Virginia is cool. The city I live in is just, it's kind of small, it's kind of quaint. It's not DC, it's not Chicago, it's not Atlanta, it's not LA. It's kind of slow, but it's kind of a small town type of vibe as well. But I think I'm just happy to have like my independence, like my own spot, like you know, moving big girl moves independently, like, you know, and just being single and like enjoying that life and just enjoying like my first real piece of independence. Like, I've had my own apartment before, but like I had a roommate, and then like in and out. I was like either living on campus for school or just like in Chicago, like, you know, living with my parents. And so, yeah, but I've been here for about a year, you know, getting my feet wet, trying to, you know, like, I think it took me a full year to acclimate and transition into my company and kind of like, you know, get my footing there, but also in the city that I live in, because there was just a lot of adjustments. Like I said, it's a small town, so like my social life, I was trying to navigate that. It was kind of hard for me to make friends initially at first. It's just me. I don't have any, you know, family out here, so I was trying to, you know, make friends, navigate the social scenes, you know, see what I liked and what I didn't like, kind of figure out where the food spots were and all the spots. So I would say it took me like a full year to kind of explore and come to self and just experience being independent, navigating, you know, my professional goals and my career, and that took a lot. It took a lot, and because I was so invested in my career, because it's a very fast-paced environment, it can be a very demanding environment, I unfortunately just wasn't motivated to get on YouTube, film any content. I wasn't really motivated to edit any videos. I had stopped posting content on Instagram like that. I mean, I always post on my story, but I had stopped, you know, taking pictures and posting. And so I just kind of like, I took a year off. And when I was reflecting as we were entering 2023, I realized that I was in a depression. And I didn't know it or how severely I was in that depression until it dawned on me that, like, Shan, you just weren't filming because you didn't want to. Like, you weren't feeling it, you weren't in the space, you were highly unmotivated. And now in 2023, I think, you know, that 1 year to 2 years was necessary for me to kind of like grow more into myself, transition, figure out, you know, what I wanted. A lot of things had changed for me. It was like a lot of upheaval and newness happened within the span of like a few months. So like if you think about January 2021 to like June 2021, that's like what, 4 or 5 months if I'm getting the math right. So like I had to literally like do a 180 on my life in like 5 to 6 months. And so with that came like thinking differently, it came like prioritizing other things, it came with like making sure my finances were straight to move, it came with like actually like realizing that I'm a creative professional now, and like everything that I was working towards I had achieved and you know was about to achieve. So that kind of took a mental, you know, toll on me, and I ended up just not really feeling motivated to film. I think most YouTubers and content creators, even like the big names, like and people that you guys follow and see, like they take breaks, you know, like they may seem like they are on all the time, but like I follow some YouTubers that I really adore who have taken like hiatuses, like a year, 2 years, and then they'll pop up with a video. And I think content creation is just, it's a great way to document your life, but also it's not for everybody, but for me it's a passion, it's a hobby, and I love to do it, and I'm at my best self when I'm most passionate and motivated to do it. And if I'm not, the content is not gonna come across. It's gonna feel forced. I'm gonna be stressed. You know, sometimes you just have burnout, and literally that's what I had. I had burnout. I had just graduated. I went straight into an internship in a full-time job creatively. I moved, like I literally had to reprogram my entire life and you know, place myself into a new position in life. So there was that, and that's essentially why I haven't really posted or made any YouTube content in like a year. So yeah, but we're here and we're gonna move forward and we good now. So I want to answer some questions. Like nothing really has like, I think I can like discuss this over the span of time as I'm getting back into YouTube, but 2022 for me was just also a lot of personal growth. You know, making new friendships and being in a place. I was kind of in an uncomfortable place where I had never been, where like I moved to a new city and I didn't really have any friends. And so I was kind of like sad about that, and I was going through a loneliness and isolation. You know, my daily life has severely changed since the pandemic, you know, to then and even now. So I was dealing with that. Yeah, just you know, I enrolled myself in therapy, which was like really needed because I didn't know how much the pandemic and just a lot of the mental pressure and mental anguish that I was in emotionally and mentally from, you know, 2020 and even beyond. And so when I started to sit and unpack that, I just was like, yeah, like it's time. I'm a huge advocate of therapy. It has like tremendously helped me over the past like 6 to 8 months since I've been in therapy, and she's wonderful. I'm going to link my therapy resource below, just if you guys are looking for Black therapists and affordable therapists. I have been with this service for about, like I said, like over 6 months, since April of 2022. And it just has gotten me to reflect on, you know, the past, the present, and the future. And I think 2022 was very beneficial for me to kind of like take that year off to not do anything creative personally, even though like it just was so hard for me to get to that point. But I really just couldn't push myself. And you know, I realized like how much I missed it and how much I was letting other things take up space. And I wasn't really having any space for my own personal creativity. And I no longer want to do that anymore. I found out a lot about myself through, you know, enrolling in therapy and just like kind of like being on this solo journey. And you know, I'm just looking forward to more growth in this year and getting back to self. Like the word that I chose for this year is elevation. I have 2 words. Normally I have 1. I think in 2020 I had 2 words as well, but like elevation and rebirth. Like Shannon from 2019 2.0. Like the big body Venus version. Like, you know, how have I grown? What do I see for myself? Like, how do I want to elevate what I already have established for myself? My production company, my YouTube, my content, my career, my health, my mental health, my wellness, my self-care. Like, how do I want to elevate these things to be the Shannon that I truly and deep down want to be? Rebirth, like, it took me 2 years to kind of sit down and kind of just be like, oh, I needed to visit some things. And so now I'm coming out of that, you know, cocoon into a butterfly. And I feel like reborn in a way, you know, kind of just having a plug to tap back into self. And that's kind of where I am, you know, for 2023. So some people sent questions, and I do kind of want to touch on that. In a nutshell, that's really what's been going on with me for the past 2 years. Nothing too crazy. Nothing's really changed, like, you know, in my family situation or with my relationships that I made from school and college. Like, my homegirls are all spread out around the states. So it's kind of hard for us to see each other. But, you know, just we get intentional about, like, you know, keeping contact. Like, we FaceTime here and there. Like, we keep tapped in. The last time I saw all my homegirls, like, was around homecoming and when I went home to Chicago. So like, I'm still, my closest friends are still involved in my life. I'm single, not really dating right now. Yeah, but you know, maybe I'm looking to mingle, you know, you never know. I'm approaching the big 3-0. So that's really interesting, you know, like I wouldn't say my biological clock is ticking, but I am kind of thinking about it because like everybody in, like, not everybody, but like a lot of women like in my friend circle or women that I knew from Chicago, like growing up in high school and like in my dance programs and my art programs that I've been friends along the way are either engaged or have been in long-term relationships for a while or are getting married. So yeah, I'm kind of like in that age range at least be thinking about it, you know, considering it. But for now, like I'm chilling, I'm good. So I did get, like I said, some questions. Somebody asked, what is one project you are excited to finish this year? So I'm really excited to finish my short film called Lady. This is my thesis film that I used to graduate from grad school. Long story short, I had an editor and they were no longer able to provide their services just because of things that was going on with them personally. And I got just too busy to finish it. I started taking on work projects. I started taking on freelance projects for my production company. And I kind of like laid her down, just like YouTube. And so I'm excited to pick her back up again. I have to edit again, you know, music, all of the bells and whistles. And I want to finish that come spring or late summer, you know, of 2023 and submit to festivals. So I'm super excited about that. Also, I'm just excited to get back to YouTube and excited to kind of like, you know, brush up on my content making skills like IG Reels, editing, you know, photography and things like that. I'm just really excited to get back to my own personal art and content creation. How is life? Any update or special someone new in the picture? Life is great. Like I came into 2023 swinging. I normally have a good momentum between January, like the new year, whatever year it is, January through March is like my strategic planning of my content creation and everything kind of like likewise that I want to do, any travel, you know, that's coming up in the new year or later on in months. And so I've just been highly organized. I've been, you know, committing to making content. Like I tell myself I wasn't gonna go like a week, more than a week without posting content. So like I made my content calendar. I'm gonna try to post twice a month on YouTube. I'm gonna be making reels frequently, probably like every week, if not every other week. But I told myself that I wouldn't go more than a week without posting content. This is technically the third week of January. So I just needed kind of time to prepare, but I've been like really focused and I love that for me. I'm kind of intentional, very intentional this year on what I want to get back to and what I want to do. So just been executing that. I feel good, I look good. I'm excited to get back into the gym. I will be trying to do that February or come March at the latest because I found a gym out here that I want to enroll in their group fitness services. Is a Black-owned gym, and so I'm super excited about that. But I think I'll be best equipped to start it around February. So stay tuned for that, because your girl, she done got thick. And so I'm trying to just kind of like get back to the weight that I was a couple years ago for the, you know, for the pandemic, you know, with there's like stress eating, emotional eating, you know, it's just, I don't know, like I love food. So like, you know, I don't know, after 25, I started putting on that grown woman weight, and so now it's time to kind of like, it was fun, but now it's time to kind of like get back in action, you know, get back on it. So there's nothing new going on really other than that. I may or may not have some big projects coming up for work. I can't really discuss like the ins and outs of my job. Maybe I can make another video about like being a producer or a day in the life and a marketing producer or something like that. But yeah, like essentially I produce content and commercials, like radio and television commercials for certain brand clients that we have at our agency, that we are partnered with, and we have some projects coming up. There's always something going on. I don't have anything big to speak on now or yet, but if there is something coming up that I can, you know, speak on, I will do that. I think the biggest accomplishment that I made there last year was just I shot a commercial or co-produced a commercial with Lil Baby in it for Axe. So like that was really dope. That was really cool. It was exciting, and I think that was like one of my biggest works of last year professionally. But yeah, like other than that, you know, I'm just not coasting, but I'm just chilling. You know, like I'm hyping up the self-care, like just kind of like I'm in planning mode right now, you know, in execution mode, trying to like kind of ease my way back into some of the things that I used to do before. So yeah, there is nobody new in the picture. I have been casually dating out here, but I'm not in a committed relationship. You know, I'm just kind of like testing the waters, like kind of just dating around to see like what I like. Like I do want to settle down at some point, but I don't have anybody necessarily fully in the picture. I mean, not really. Or at least I wouldn't consider them like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like there is someone, but there isn't. Like, you know how it is, women, you know, my girls, you know how it is. So yeah, there's nobody like that I'm committed to. I haven't met anybody new, but this is a new year, so like probably come spring or summer, when I'm out like kind of mingling, I may meet somebody. If anything serious comes up, I'll keep you posted. Maybe not. You might just get like a little arm on the Instagram story or something like that. But no, I'm not dating anybody right now. And yeah, there's nobody new in the picture. Somebody asked, how have I been? What kind of projects have I been doing since the before? So yeah, so the before was a short film that I produced through my production company. Like since you guys have seen me, I have worked on three freelance projects, a documentary, a web series, and a short film. I produced a web series called Sex, Vlog, and Kidnappings. I can also link that below. That has done really well. I just got word from my co-producer, whose production company I was working with in collaboration, that we got into the Denton Film Festival in Denton, Texas. So that's super exciting. I really want to try to go. We got into a film festival in LA, or not San Diego. It was somewhere in California, and I wasn't able to go just because of work and time and money and everything like that, with the economy kind of like skyrocketing. So like it wasn't really cost effective for me to go at the time, but I really do want to go to the film festival this year. And so there's that. I worked on a documentary called Daughters of Eve that has been doing very, very well with a well-known filmmaker that some of you, if you guys, like I said, are in my personal audience, may or may not know, Zayna Cyrus. That's dope. She's dope. That's my girl. She used to be a fellow content producer in marketing. And she kind of like my sister mentor, because like we're both like doing the same thing, but like she has a little bit more experience than me, but or at least years in the game producing at a marketing level. So I was associate producer for her film and documentary film in May of 2021, right? Like I literally, it was so funny, like I had graduated, hopped on the plane, flew back to Chicago to like get on set, and then like we was having our second part of virtual graduation like while I was on set. Like so I was like, you know, whenever we have breaks, I'm on the Zoom, like looking at my name roll across the screen, and then like, okay, action, like, you know, like right on set, like so. There was that, but yeah, so the before is a short film, and me and another Howard alumna, Olivia Mouse, worked on this film in 2020. We weren't able to film it. The pandemic was like happening right as we went into production for it. So as we were shooting the film, like we literally got our production shut down because DC was shutting down. Everywhere. Maryland was shutting down, and I literally had to get on a plane to come back to Chicago because we didn't know if the world was ending. So we revisited it last year. This has been a 3-year-old baby of mine, theirs. literally like just like my own film project. Like it's been a 3-year thing, so I haven't been working on any freelance projects since then. Like I said, I'm gonna be tapping back into my film, editing it. We're in post-production. We actually finished the film the before, we edited it, it's finished. We've been submitting the festival, so I'll let you guys know how that does there. And yeah, like I don't have anything yet. I'm pretty sure people will probably hit me up for some freelance work. I'm getting ready to drop my website again, revamped, kind of like I started archiving all my old posts with my production company. So I'm doing like a little like rebranding there. I'm gonna launch my website again. I'm not really open for work right now. That's not to say that I won't be. I just kind of want to finish the before and get that post-production done, and also, you know, revisit my film, get that post-production done, and submit to festivals for myself and my company, and just kind of like work on the inner structure of that, you know, rebuild the foundation from where it was in 2019. But I do believe that, not do believe, but I told myself that I was gonna write. That's another thing that's on my goals list, is to get update my script software and purchase my script software that I used to use when I was at Howard for my personal computer. We had access to all script software at Howard, of course, like with our tuition and everything like that in our lab, but like I need to personally purchase it for myself. I am going to be writing a short film. Hopefully I'm gonna film it out here in Virginia in summer 2023. So be on the lookout about that. I had almost forgotten, but I do have a project that I do want to work on. I do want to shoot a film in the summer. I haven't shot anything for myself or, you know, my production company in like 3 years, so that'll be fun. It's probably gonna be like maybe a 7 to 10 minute long film. I know what genre I want it to be. I don't really have any details. You know, I haven't even organized the script or made any outlines or anything like that. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Hopefully I can get that done. I'm going to try to push myself and, you know, do what I said I was gonna do and make it happen. So the last question is, since I work in the creative field, what pushes me through creative burnout when I want to give time to my personal, non-work related projects? How do I keep a balance? So that's a good question. I was talking about it primarily. That's the reason why I wasn't making any content. I had creative burnout. My job, I work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 as an actual producer, but I'm also a filmmaker and producer. That's my personal art. So that's my passion, that's my hobby, and content creation on the side. And it took me a long time to get to this point just because I was feeling creative burnout. Normally, when I used to feel creative burnout, I used to just put it down for a little while, like listen to some music, unplug from the project, listen to some music, go out to brunch with my homegirls, find something, you know, social to do, or some extracurricular. Like I might stop my creativity for what I'm doing, and if I'm feeling like I'm burned out, I might go to knitting, or I might go to another creative project, or I might just, you know, read, or like get in my coloring book or something like that. I think what it is just like getting, what can push you, or what has pushed me in the past through creative burnout, is just being real with myself about, you know, what am I getting from what I'm prioritizing at this moment that's not my art? What will I be getting from what I would prioritize that is my art? You know what I'm saying? And if the pros of prioritizing my art, which they normally do, always outweigh the cons, I push myself to do it. Because it's just like, I think the hardest thing is trying. The hardest thing is accomplishing and executing, and that's the first step. Like literally, like I think I would just get into tunnel vision and just be like, look girl, if you don't make this YouTube video, nobody's gonna make it for you. You keep saying you want to be passionate about what you want to do, you have to say it, you know, like you have to show it and not say it. So for me it was just like, because my passion level of like my freelance projects and what I do is so high, I'm not gonna let creative burnout get to me. Now it's a difference. For me, the thing was I was prioritizing work more than my personal projects, which there was a balance there. I think creating a balance for yourself will help tremendously. because 9 times out of 10, like, we work in, to be candid, white spaces that don't necessarily, you know, honor us and our creativity and our voice, you know, like a lot of the times we aren't necessarily seen. And so like, what stance do you want to make knowing that, you know, like there's no one to tell our story but us, you know what I'm saying? And because of that, it's just kind of like, it's highly important for me to honor myself and my art at all times. And that's the way I push through creative burnout. It's just kind of like, you know, last year was a struggle for me, so I'm definitely getting back on my feet. I will say, give yourself grace. Don't, you know, push yourself too hard if you feel like it's just nothing that's, you know, moving for yourself. Like, you can't force yourself to create. You know, you have to be of sound mind. You kind of have to be in a good place. You have to be comfortable as well. If you're checking in with your body and you feel all those things and you feel uncomfortability and you just know it's just not the right time, and it's just not, your environment is not conducive to creating that art, I would just say, like, take your time, breathe, focus on other things, maybe heighten your self-care. Self-care helps a lot through pushing through creative burnout. Like, you know, if you, for me, like, it would just be kind of like on the weekends, like I would do self-care so hard, like a bubble bath, a glass of wine, like my candles cleaning. Cleaning is therapeutic for me. I find that focusing on other activities, getting out in nature, it really helps you ground yourself, and you can be able to get back to those projects that you really want to do. I can speak on and on and on about this subject because it's happened to me personally a few times, but I know when I was most focused on my content creation and my films in 2019 and 2020, for me, I didn't really have creative burnout because I was just so, I was hungry, like, and I was just so passionate about my content and excited, you know? So I think the thing is tapping into that excitement in whatever way that looks for you. Whether it's reading a book where you get inspiration, you're like, you know what, I'm gonna push through, or I'm gonna pick my script back up again, or I'm going to write this blog, or I'm gonna publish a first draft of my etc. You know, whether it's, I don't know, trying new foods, if that's your self-care language, and you're just like, damn, like, this food is good, like, it makes me think about this. Or like, when I go home, I want to paint this because the color and the, I don't know, food is just so vibrant, I'm getting inspiration from it, blah, blah, blah. Like, tapping back into self helps a lot with creative burnout, I would say. And that's the thing that many of us face. Like, it's so hard. And I think it's equally hard when you're creative professionally as well. I was just talking to somebody about this. Dang, it's just like, it's just really hard when you're a professional creative and also have entities, creative entities, and work on your art in your free time, and you're either a freelance creator or you, I don't know, that you do that passionately outside of work. Making that time, organization, balance is just so key, because we can get lost in the professionalism, you know, and creativity space, but I find that you really can't do that, because if you do get lost in the sauce, then you're gonna lose your voice. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna not be motivated for your own art. So I think it's just whatever ways you can, to answer the question, I think it's just whatever ways you can tap back into yourself so that you can tap back into your art, and whatever self-care or whatever means that means for you. Community is a big thing. I know community has helped me. It's been hard for me to find my community out here in Virginia, but I'm starting to find it. You know, I've been seeing signs of, like, you know, just being out with some of my people, where it's just like, oh, we connect on that thing, or this person is really creative, never knew that. Like, I could see them as being in my community, or like just saying one word, you know, or like talking about a subject that I'm just like, damn, like that resonates with me. Like, you know, it's just like, oh, like, I'm finding my community, you know, my creative community, my personal community, slowly but surely. That also helps, I would say, combat creative burnout, you know? Woo! That was a lot of talking. I said this video wasn't gonna be long, and it still ended up being long because I really wanted to update you guys about what really has been going on with me. So yeah, I'm going to end the video here. I'm so excited to get back on this filming journey with you guys. I just have a lot that I want to accomplish in 2023, and I know for a fact that I'm going to do it. My vision board is already done. I have this cute little idea. Maybe oh yeah, that was what I was supposed. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to try to see if I can get to Target tomorrow. I might film so that I have content for the end of the month. I'm going to post this video. I'm going to be editing tomorrow. I'm going to make tomorrow an edit day and an errand day. Tomorrow is MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. My job really has most of the holidays off, which is a blessing. So your girl got a long weekend. I've been having fun this weekend. I went out last night. Like I said, I'm going out today. Probably grab lunch with my girlie. And tomorrow I'm just gonna get some work done. So you will probably see this video tomorrow or before the end of the week. And I might film a little short vlog tomorrow just so I can have some content. But I need to go to Target to get my vision board materials. I made a digital one, and this year I'm gonna actually, I have the space and I need a new one to make a physical one as well. I'm gonna print out all the pictures that I have for my digital vision board on my Canon printer, photo printer, and then I'm going to lay them out in like an 8x11 what is it called? Photo cover, and hang it up over my desk or in my bedroom so I can see it every day. So yeah, I'll probably be doing that tomorrow, but I am going to stop talking now because it's been a long time. Your girl's chatting, but yeah, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so that you can tune in, turn your post notifications on. I am on the journey to 1,000 subscribers, so hopefully I can make that happen. I'm gonna pray about it, but yeah, I'm just so excited to dive fully back into content, and you guys are just gonna see what that journey looks like for me in 2023. If you guys have any more questions for me, like I said, put them below, make me up. Yeah, and until next time, I will see you guys later. I love you guys, and I'm looking forward to filming a lot of content in 2023. Bye.